Peace and blessings, and welcome back to another episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is brought to you by heritagehiphop.com, where we bring your future favorite artists to you today. Subscribe to heritagehiphop.com and meet your future favorite artists by seeing second to none interviews and getting free music available to all members of the website. So visit heritagehiphop.com for this artist and many more to come. This episode is sponsored by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. Changing your financial future is a very big decision that not only can impact the rest of your life, but afford your legacy benefits as well. If you're looking to build a foundation and to pass it on, changing your credit score and fixing your credit will also gain you more money as you open your wallet instead of paying money out as you do the same. So to make this decision, please go to heritagehiphop.com and scroll to Transparent Credit Repair. Click on the link and fill out the application, and Transparent Credit Repair will give you 20% off of all services given through Heritage Hip Hop. So please go to heritagehiphop.com, click on Transparent Credit Repair, fill out the application, and change your life. Your life is one click away from being better than what it may be right now. On this episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, we go down south. We go into South Carolina. Shout out to my people down there in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach area and so on, because y'all underground scene is very vibrant right now. And we have Monsta Mo on the podcast today to talk about what it's like to be left out in the rain. Do you know what it's like to be left out in the rain? Imagine how that feels, and then listen to this story. And this great up-and-coming MC is going to not only his story to us, but he's going to show the impact of his voice and the message in his music. Stay tuned. Enjoy this one, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary when this interview is finished.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is brought to you by heritagehiphop.com, where we bring your future favorite artists to you today. And today, we have somebody who's a monster on the microphone. How so? Well, let him introduce himself and tell you. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
Yo, this your boy Monsta Mo, man. What's good with the business is? Salute to South Carolina. We in the building, 29138 Music, man. Stand up.
That's what I'm talking about. So let's go to the essence of Monsta Mo in South Carolina. South Carolina has a really interesting independent music scene right now. Don't you agree?
Oh, I definitely agree, man. I definitely agree.
And a lot of the South Carolina sound has been infused with kicks, drums, and soul. How does that help you talk your stuff when it comes to the beats and the music that you produce?
Well, like you say, with the soul and everything, with the bass and everything mixed in, and just like it's just like with me. Like, it's like, sort of like I'm playing basketball and I done hit three pointers in a row. So it's like I'm building off that, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear that soul, it do something to me, you know what I'm saying? When I hear that bass, it makes me get a little more amper, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the vibrations of the music, man, most definitely plays a big part in how I feel and how I bring out my music.
Do you feel, though, that South Carolina's always put behind when it comes to the Southern music and North Carolina's comparison?
Yeah, I definitely feel that way. Yeah, I feel like we've been looked over for all these years, and then, like you say, when it comes to North Carolina and South Carolina, yeah, we the ones that seem like get to put on the back burner.
I don't understand that, because you know what? When you go to South Carolina, right, South Carolina has a whole different identity than most people realize. Like, let's be clear. When you think about North Carolina, you think about Duke basketball, you think about the Tar Heels, you know what I'm saying? Musically, you think about Fayetteville, you know, you think about J. Cole, you think about Little Brother, you know, Ninth Wonder and stuff, right?
Right.
My experience with South Carolina, though, is that's where some of the hardest basketball is played. That's where people go to the beach down there. I forgot the name of the strip, but it's a lot of basketball.
Ocean Boulevard.
Beach. There you go.
Ocean
Myrtle
Boulevard.
Beach. Yeah. So over there, you got a lot of mixing right there. But then when you go into the deep heart of South Carolina, that's where you get into that old school family value, stick together Southern hospitality. Define that for the people on Heritage Hip Hop.
Yeah, man, like South Carolina, man, yeah, the Southern hospitality is most definitely big around here, man. And like I'm from a small town, so yeah, it's more, everybody know each other, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's kind of close with each other, you know what I'm saying? It ain't too much crime going on because I know this dude, you know what I'm saying? I know his mama, so, that just, at least from the part where I'm at, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, like, it's big on Southern hospitality, you know what I'm saying? We love to greet each other
Mm-hmm.
and, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Southern food, the home cooking, man, is just crazy.
Y'all got the best hush puppies in the nation. I don't care what nobody says. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But see, that's the heart. See, that's comes to the heart of our conversation tonight because there's a monster in South Carolina, and it's called doubt. Let me tell you about doubt. See, in South Carolina is so much of a hole and a battleground that it's very well fenced. And now we're getting to the part where hip hop has gotten so big. Now South Carolina has a chance to open that door and let people within that hole. How gritty and grimy and how deep is that music that comes from that underground called South Carolina hip hop?
Man, it's real deep, man. It's real deep. I mean, you got a lot of talented artists in South Carolina, and it's like we don't get the same opportunities as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, it's a lot of talent here, man. I mean, like, the list can go on forever, man, if I get to name it.
So speak to yourself. But speak to yourself. There's been a time when you looked around and said, I represent South Carolina, and you found your voice. How did you find your voice, and what made you project it for the world to hear it?
Well, I found my voice with me going through the everyday struggles and ups and downs in life. You know what I'm saying? That was one part. And just for the simple fact that in South Carolina, like, we never get heard, so the push is more big for us, you know what I'm saying? We feel like we got something to prove because we never get that opportunity, like as if we was from California or New York or something, or Atlanta, you know what I mean? So it make us go even more harder because it's like, if we can come out of this right here, man, we can do anything, you know what I'm saying?
I feel that. But what is the major misconception of South Carolina? Like, when you hear about South Carolina, what is that people always say that they get wrong about where you're from?
They always say it's just all racist, a racist state, you know what I'm saying? Which, we from the South, in which, racism everywhere, man, you know what I'm saying? But people take South Carolina as this bad place, like, oh, it's just a bunch of rednecks and then all this and that, but it's not really like that. In all actuality, South Carolina, I would say one of the most safest places to stay in America, you know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Race aspect and everything, you know?
I feel that. You know what my history also tells me about South Carolina? And you could tell me if I'm wrong. South Carolina is the home of like the water hole where the blues is being played, where people got that. They got a lot of string instruments. People really go into their soul when it comes to wailing and giving the truth. Bluesy type style. Is that true?
That's true. That's somewhat true. John Brown. Yeah, that's somewhat true.
So, has that influenced how you write your rhymes and project yourself in your music?
Yeah, yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
What is the song that made you change your life and made you want to write the music based on the soul that you heard?
As far as like a song that I heard from another artist?
Yeah.
I would say me hearing Crisscross. Me hearing Crisscross what made me want to rap.
Tell me about how Crisscross influenced you. That's deep.
Well, me being at the time, a little kid, cause I'm born in 1989.
Okay.
So the time Crisscross jumping off, 4 years old, 6 years old, at that age, you know what I'm saying? So, and so me seeing them that they was kids that was rapping and, the culture, it was different from Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 or New Edition, which was singers, because these guys was rapping and that was more of my field, you know what I'm saying? Like, they looked at more of the culture for as, you know, hip hop was on the rise, of course. And they looked like more of the culture, more like me, you know what I'm saying? So seeing that and then seeing that they were superstars and seeing that they was kids and I'm like, I'm in school, I gotta go to school. Well, they are superstars, you know, that motivated me to want to be like that, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's deep about what you said?
What's that?
Hip hop is our modern day superheroes, the rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And like with a Caucasian child, right? They'll look at Batman and see themselves. They'll look at Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, any of them to see themselves. But for us in the city, we were not catered to when it came to superheroes. Like look at the impact Black Panther had. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we finally got to see a motion picture starring a man of color who was a king, intelligent, and not a stepping fetcher. You know what I'm
saying? Exactly, man.
Your superheroes are people who look like you, but to create your own story, you had to be your own hero. What did you bring out that made people recognize you and put you in that seat that, okay, he's saying something and his music is about something too?
I think the people realized the music that I was putting out, that they seen me actually experience that, especially people where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They seen like far as me, like my song Rain, they knew I was out in the rain, you know? They know that I was out there hurting every day. So when they hear that from me, and plus they seen my change too, seeing me better myself. So when I make music like that, they just know that it's real and they know the change. They see the Monsta Mo that really didn't have nothing, that really didn't know what he was gonna sleep at night, you know what I'm saying? Then they see the Monsta Mo that's up on his game, you know what I'm saying, and done step his game up, change his life around and doing better for himself. So the people see all that, and so when I drop things like Rain, they just feel my pain because they also, everybody been in the rain before, so me telling my struggles, it might be everybody might not have been through it, but it's somebody that might have. And most of the time, it might not be the same exact thing that somebody went through, but what I'm saying symbolizes something that they went through. And I think it reflects to them, and which is speak louder than what I'm saying on the track.
I feel that. Everybody, this is Karev on Heritage Hip Hop, but I'm talking to Monsta Mo, artist from South Carolina who is going to define to us what the monster really is. As we go back to our interview, since you brought up the song Rain, I like to wait and talk about the music, but since you brought it up, let's talk about it. Rain to me was like a metaphor. It was a double because it was about pain and struggle, but rain also washes away the pain so that you can walk that walk and continue to strive on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How important is it for you to walk through the rain and come out of it dry?
Man, that's very important because the best way to learn from your mistakes is going through the experiences. And so it's very important to walk through that rain, because if you don't go through the pain, like 50 said, you'll never know how good joy feels. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't feel so good if you went through pain. So like, you know, because if you don't go through nothing, when you actually do go through something, you might not know how to take it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I mean, like, it's important to go through that because sometimes the outcome might be more beautiful than the pain that you enduring at the time. The outcome may be way beautiful than what you went through at the time. At the time, it might not be so beautiful, and you ain't thinking that way. But when the rain, like you say, when everything wash away, most of the time the picture's gonna get more beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that because there's something that you said that is the beginning of hip hop and the continuation of our story. You know what that is?
What's that?
Struggle, experience. Right. The only truth that lives in this world is pain. Yeah. And on a positive side, we go through growing pains, right?
Right.
We go through economic pain if you're a person of color, right?
Right.
Then you also go through the pain of seeing the world for what it is and giving it to the next generation behind you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And pain is going to be the true testament of what makes a man, a woman, and success.
Right, man.
What is the most gratifying pain you felt, and what is the most gratifying pain you overcame?
The most gratifying pain I ever felt, I have to say, is disappointment from loved ones.
Talk about it.
And I would say the most pain that I overcame had to be, I'm gonna say me being left out in the rain, me overcoming that.
We'll talk about it.
Because, you know, it just like, it was a time to where I'm fresh out of high school, you know. I get kicked out of my house, you know what I'm saying? And basically I went straight to the street, you know what I'm saying? And basically, me, you know, when you get out of high school, you think you're grown, for one. You know what I'm saying? You think you're grown. You don't really know till you get out there in the real world and see it for yourself. And so, you know, me dealing with that. And plus, you know, once I got out there, I said, well, oh, this ain't all as great as I thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I was like, I started to see like certain people, my loved ones and family members, I couldn't depend on them like I thought I could. Which I can't complain about that because, hey, I'm grown now. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own thing. So I had to learn all that. And so me overcoming the stage of me overcoming maturity, I would say, in a manly sense, for as thinking you know this and going through this. Like I said, like, you know, you fresh out of high school, you think you're grown, you know what I'm saying? You think you're grown, oh, I done graduated. So, you know, me realizing that, hey man, sometimes you gotta tuck in your pride, you know what I'm saying? You might not wanna ask this person or look for or help from this person. But I had to realize that everybody in this world needs help. Some kind of way. I mean, Oprah Winfrey, she'll be in there, but she needs some help some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to realize that, and, you know, I had to grow up. You know, I had to overcome growth, and that was the biggest thing that I overcame. That was growth.
I feel that. Because we're going to take this interview to the next level because you're doing music. And coming out of the ring means you find purpose because now a lot of the stuff that stained you is now off of you. Now you got new vision. How has music helped change your life so now that your vision is a little more clear and you have higher goals to now focus on?
Oh man, music changed my life in a lot of ways because, you know, for one, music changed my life in the way of when I was going through that rain. If it wasn't for music, man, I don't know what kind of state of mind I would be in. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for music, music was my painkiller. Music was me drying myself off in that rain when I was in the rain. My music was what I would dry myself off with. So music helped me a lot because if it weren't for music, man, me being out in the streets, I could have ended up being the bum or wino. Cause I damn sure was out there drinking every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I could have been, if it weren't for music and it weren't for people letting me know how talented I was with my music, bro, I could have been in a bad spot, you know what I'm saying? But if it weren't for music, and cause at this whole time with me in this messed up place, I'm still a dope artist in the whole city's eyes. And if it wasn't for that love and motivation that I knew that I had for my talent, you gotta think, me being a rapper, that every second that I want my wardrobe right. I want, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know, my image. So it helped me to stay on my game even when I was hurt and wasn't able to do. It just always helped me and motivated me to keep my foot on the pedal to make sure that I change or make sure that I stay on the direction and path to change, to better myself. So if it wasn't for music, I don't know, because that's my biggest motivation. And it helped me throughout my life.
Shout out to you for understanding that. But see, that's the gift of hip hop. I want to ask you a tough question. So I want to know where your mind is. What is hip hop? And define it for me.
Hip hop is art, man. Hip hop is our culture. Hip hop is our other universe. Hip hop is our love. Hip hop is our cipher, man. You know what I'm saying? Like without hip hop, it's like we don't have a direction. Like hip hop is our playground. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's our magical wonderland almost. You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening. I'm feeling you.
It's like it's just like, man, it's like for a kid that love to play, they want a PS5. Like hip hop is our PS5. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hip hop, man, that's our, like I say, that's our culture. It's art. You know what I'm saying? It's more than music. It's because not just hip hop, you know, all genres of music. Look at rock and roll country. Well, that's their culture also, you know what I'm saying? But hip hop is more stronger than music. Like it's more than that. It's like the graffiti, which, you know, it ain't heavy no more like it used to be. But, you know, all the dancing, the beatboxing, you know what I'm saying? The DJing. Hip hop, man, it means a lot. It's our freedom, man. It's like it's our, it's, man, I can keep going with that, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm glad you said that, because that's the tagline of Heritage Hip Hop. We believe hip hop is not a music at all. We believe hip hop is spiritual. Everybody says hip hop is a culture, but they can't define what a culture is. So I think people just talk whatever they hear. And to eloquently put what you said into how we define hip hop, we believe hip hop is God, straight up. That's why.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yeah. We think it's God.
We just say hip hop is God, because everything that's synonymous with hip hop goes through your life. And that's the monster that people have to understand, that they're bigger than who they are. See, for our definition of hip hop is this. When you think about the heart is the drum of the beat, but the heart is also the drum of your body. So as the heart beats, your body moves. As the drum beats in the song, your body moves. You know what I'm saying? We look at it like this. When you create music, you create harmonies, because you want your sounds to go together to make a complete or perfect sound. When your body is healthy and all the systems in it work, it creates a harmony so your body can move at full strength. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's called rhythm. And then, just to sum it up real easily, when you go through life, you take a journey, right? So going through that rain meant you went through steps. You had to take a journey. You took steps in your life, right? And as you found your music, you took steps to be a better musician, right?
Right.
But let's take it to a musical term. When you write notes, the lines that you write the notes on are called steps. So as you journey through your music and create better sounds, you're taking this journey through your life. So that's why hip hop is so synonymous with life. And that's why it's important for us to meet you and for you to tell us your story. Because if a man or woman, an artist, does not have a story, they're not making good music. And that's why the song Rain is so very important. What does it mean for you to change your life through a song that you write for yourself, not knowing you're affecting the world with it?
Oh, man, like, tell me that question one more time.
I said, what is it like to write a song for yourself only to change the world with what you're writing for yourself?
Man, oh my God. Man, it means a lot, man. It means a lot because it's I tell you one thing, it's definitely a big motivation booster. Because like with Rain, like man, everybody in damn near my hood told me like I got people come up to me all the time like, man, I feel that, and they'll tell me something that experience that they done been through that I never knew about. You know what I'm saying? And it motivate me for somebody to come and tell me that like they love my song, that they feel that, like they feel that in their bones when they heard it, and cause I like not only people that's my age, I got older people. You know what I'm saying? Like people that's in their 50s and stuff, man, be like, yo, that song, man, because it's so real, and everybody felt like they've been left in the rain at some point, some kind of way. Whether if it's from a loved one, for his girlfriend or boyfriend, you know, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, family member, friends. People felt like, everybody felt like they've been backstabbed some kind of way. You know what I mean? So and then like I say, from the aspect of not having nowhere to go, you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of angles with what that song means, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it, and that's why I feel the song. But see, there's more to you than that, because you have another song called "If I Ain't a Monster," which means if you're not taking on this legacy, if you're not taking on this culture to be yours, what does that mean to you? If I ain't a monster, what does it mean?
Man, that right there means, look, when I do this craft that I'm creating, I'm a monster with this. You know what I'm saying? I am a lyrical monster. I'm a monster. I'm a music monster. You know what I'm saying? Like that song that, you know, like when you hear my music, when you hear monster, when you hear that on the track, you best believe you finna hear a monster spit whatever he gonna spit on that song. And that's why I'm telling you, well, if I ain't a monster, Larry Bird didn't have a jumper. Magic, he won a passer. Dominique won a dunker. If I ain't a monster, LeBron, he ain't put no numbers. Jordan ain't a legend, or Kobe Bryant ain't a mamba. And I'm saying things that you know, yeah, Jordan is a legend. Yeah, Magic could pass that ball. Yeah, Larry Bird could. Yeah, he had a jumper. So you know, okay, yeah. And then when you hear what I'm saying, you like, ooh, whoa. So that's why I put it like that. So they'll understand, yeah, that's a monster right there. Yeah, he's a monster. You know what I'm saying? Then with Rain will let you know kind of what created that monster. Being out you see what I'm saying? Being out in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Like all that just building up in me, and me knowing that I'm so talented, me knowing what my gift, how big my gift is that God gave me. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's very important. True.
it's very important. So all this is just making me a monster inside. And like I say, music, hip hop, man, it's another universe. So when I tap into that universe, that monster comes. You know what I'm saying? That's when the monster comes. It's like Teen Wolf when the wolf, like when he got on the court and got to playing basketball, you know, the wolf start coming out yeah, that's how it is when I step in that booth. It's like, start seeing my skin turn into a mutant or something, and and the monster just come out. So that's what that song means in so many words, you know.
Everybody on the line, this is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop, talking to the monster himself, Monsta Mo. And being that you talked about music, let's take it to that aspect. Since you've done music, how have you grown? And where has your skill taken you that even you didn't know you had?
Man, okay, I heard the second part where I ain't heard the first part of the question.
Well, basically, I'll just sum it up like this. Now that you're doing music, what have you learned about yourself? What is your goal in it, and where are you going to take yourself? Where did you surprise yourself to know that there's new things about yourself that you didn't even know with the music?
Okay, well, with me doing music, when I first realized, like, oh man, it was me freestyle. Like I could tell, like my freestyling was getting better and better because I can freestyle. I go, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like I could tell, like it got to a point to where when I freestyle, I could kind of master what I was saying. And it got to a point where it first got to a point. Of course, when you freestyle, you don't know what's gonna come off your head. But like I said, I was getting better. So when you first get better in freestyling, you start saying stuff and you like, whoa, you be surprised. And I was surprised what I was saying. And like I say, people that's around and witnessing it, they motivate me more 'cause they, you know what I'm saying? They amping me. So that's when I realized I had it. And then once I realized that while trying to take it, with me being from South Carolina, man, I want South Carolina on, and I feel like if I get my foot in the door, I'm gonna make sure South Carolina bust through. So that's where I want to take it to, and yeah.
Your foot is already in the door. Because see, the industry that we knew is already, the industry that we knew is gone. There's no such thing. That industry is dead. And now everything is in your arms. Everything is in your hands. You are going to make it based on what you put out and where you want to go. So what is the next step for Monsta Mo? How are people going to be sure that they can get your music, experience your story, and understand that the rain is only a step and not the monster that'll take their life over?
Yeah, man. Life of a Monster is on the way. That's my upcoming project that I'm working on. Life of a Monster is on the way. And you can go get Rain on all platforms, Spotify, Tidal, you know, etc. And just be on the lookout for Life of a Monster because this project that I'm coming with, Life of a Monster, man, it's going to change the whole South Carolina. It's going to change more than South Carolina. It's going to change the whole world. When I drop that project, everybody's going to realize that Monsta Mo is a monster.
I'm feeling that. So for everybody out there listening, go check out Monsta Mo. This song is on streaming platforms now, but Heritage Hip Hop does not believe in streaming. If he has a song that you like, we ask that you purchase the song. Stream it to see if you like it, but purchase it if you like it or love it. Because at the end of the day, by purchasing the music, not only do you show the artist appreciation, but you're sewing into them so they can give you more music. How about this, everybody? If the internet went down today and you didn't own your music, you lose every song that you like that you don't own. So be hip hop without your phone. Make sure you buy the song and you show it to my man Monsta Mo because he definitely got a song and an album that you should be listening to. You agree?
I definitely agree.
All right. So give them your social media so they can find you on social media as well.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MonstaMo445. That's MONSTA spacebar MO44. No. I'm sorry. No spacebar altogether. MONSTAMO445. And on Facebook, you can follow me at Monsta Mo. MONSTA spacebar MO.
That's what I'm talking about. So everybody out there, make sure you listen to my man because he got something to say. But we finished the first part of our interview. You ready to have some fun with us?
Oh yeah, man. I'm always ready, man. I'll stay ready.
So here we go. This is called the rapid fire questions. They're not yes, no questions. They just show your understanding of hip hop, the depth of the culture, and who you are as an artist. So let's have some fun. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay. What song or album from another artist perfectly describes you?
I would say perfectly describes me. What song from what album? Since I got to just go quick, I'm gonna say Perfectly describe me. Ooh, that's a good tough question, but I'm gonna have to go with something that came to my head real quick. Well, I'm gonna say Eminem's song "The Way I Am" from the Slim Shady LP. The way I am, that perfectly describes me. Yeah, that perfect.
That's very interesting. Okay. My next
I had to
question.
come quick with it. That was the first thing that came to me. I had to come quick because that song, I am whoever you say I am. So that perfectly describes me.
That's cool. I ain't mad at it. In South Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Football is one of the mainstays of the state. Shout out to the South Carolina Gamecocks, where it's born. They
And
feature some
Clemson
people.
Tigers.
All right,
And
in
Clemson
Clemson,
Tigers.
in Clemson. Now, South Carolina in football has been where some of the greatest have come, and it
Right.
also shows the competition that exists in the state as well when it comes to entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What is the biggest part what is the biggest part of competition when it comes to South Carolina hip hop, and how did you overcome it?
The biggest part about the competition in South Carolina hip hop, everybody want to be against each other and everybody don't want to come together because of, I guess everybody feel like they want to be the first to blow because ain't nobody blow. And I say how to overcome that and fix that is everybody come together and we work together as a team and as a force and we hit the world hit the world like that and kill them like that.
Right, I'm with it. My next question is: you talked about crisscross being a movement, and they influenced you. That's the Jermaine Dupri era. We talk about So Def. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you grew up in the time where hip hop is mostly Southern driven. So this question for you is this: if you had to define hip hop in 5 albums, what would they be?
I would define it in 5 albums. Illmatic, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City,
Okay.
one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I would say the 36. I would say Wu-Tang first album.
36 Chambers. Okay.
Yeah, 36 Chambers. I got 3, right? So I got 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more.
Biggie Ready to Die.
Okay.
Nah, this one got to be and Most Def first album.
Okay. Okay. That's the mathematics all on there. Black on both sides. You talking
Mm-hmm.
about? Huh? What part of South Carolina are you from again?
I'm from Saluda, South Carolina.
Okay. Cool. Because when you think about South Carolina, right, and you talk about people fighting to make it, there's different voices that come out of South Carolina. We got people like Black Zach, Rennie Rucci. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
got Smoke Gambino. You got some people that folks do know about. What makes your voice support the movement but sound different than them?
Because you heard the albums I just named you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I soak in everything. Like I feel like I just gave you like I don't even think I gave you nothing down south out them albums, right?
Nah.
So like with me, I'm a hip hop fanatic, dog. Like I ain't just a South dude. I'm straight Southern. You know what I'm saying? I love the South. I meant to say one of Scarface albums on that 5, but you know what I'm saying? But it's alright. But I mean, I'm a hip hop fanatic, dog. Like KRS-One, like I'm to that T to now, like still like the Pooh Shiesty and all that. You see what I'm saying? 1017. See, I'm a hip hop fanatic, dog. I'm from the KRS one down to the 1017. You see what I'm saying? You hear that come? You see what I'm saying? So when I'm my mind with making music is so everywhere, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm everywhere because I ain't just thinking from a southern standpoint, dog. I be wanting to keep knowledge on track too, but I know I got to have a balance though with everything. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very strategic with my choice of how I make my music. You know what I mean?
I feel that. So here's my next question. On a song, many songs in the South, right? People like to feature other people's songs, and it came into the mainstream where people feature on the songs. So we call that feature the guest 16. You know what I'm saying? We always have like Lil Wayne featuring somebody featuring Lil Wayne, right? So my question is to you, since you absorb hip hop and it's something that you're really into, who has the greatest feature in hip hop history to you? Which means they stole the song from the main artist.
I think Jay-Z and Eminem, Renegade.
Okay, everybody says that. That's very deep. So understanding the feature and how it goes, if you had to write the ability to make your perfect song, who's featuring on your song, who's doing the beat, dead or alive, no restrictions?
Ooh. My perfect song.
Perfect song.
Well, if I had to make the perfect song, I would have a song featuring, I would have to, oh man, this is going to be a tough one here. Cause I got to have a singer on this one. The perfect song, I would have Aaliyah. It would be featuring Aaliyah and Drake.
Aaliyah and Drake. Who's doing the beat?
And the beat is gonna be made by. The beat got to be made by. Ooh. I think the beat. Oh man. Cause see now I got that's a hard one, yeah. Man, the beat. I would say Timber.
Okay, hey, you putting something together that's smooth, sexy, and you probably got something provocative on it. That's what's up. Shout out to Monsta Mo.
Since I said Aaliyah, since I got Aaliyah on there, I have to let Tim. I had to let Tim. He had to be the beat maker for it.
I like that. My next question to you is this. You come from South Carolina, a place where the voice of hip-hop is still going to be pretty new, even though hip-hop is universal. What story in hip-hop do you want to hear that has not been told yet?
What story? Any story? Like,
what do you want to hear that hip-hop hasn't talked about yet?
Well, cause I got to think deep on this, cause there's a lot they done talked about.
That's true.
So I got to think about what haven't they talked about. I would say, that's a tough one because a lot of things been spoke about. I was gonna say about religion, but that's been deeply spoke about a lot, so I can't say.
So maybe they didn't talk about it the way you wanted heard. So that's a good answer. I mean, it's yours. There's no wrong answer to this. So I appreciate that answer. That answer is good. It's great.
I would say I would want to hear a song talking about how the perception of religion, as far as like how, how like we grow up to believe what we grow like. If we was taught that from our parents, we better believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that aspect of the religion part I would want to hear about. You know what I'm saying? Like that in particular, far as how we easy to believe in what is told to us in a deep aspect. You know what I mean?
I think you should hear the song "Nature of the Threat."
What's
You ever
the
heard that
song
song? "Nature of the Threat."
By who?
Razzcast. One of the most important songs in hip hop history. The song was so important it got him blackballed.
No,
So,
I haven't heard that one.
well, that's my gift to you. Listen to "Nature of the Threat" and tell me. And
right.
you can hit me that. I'll follow you on Instagram already. You can tell me how you like it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let me know what you feel about "Nature of the Threat." All right.
I definitely will, bro.
All right. So everybody out there listening, we got 2 more questions before we finish our interview with Monsta Mo. A new voice from South Carolina is going to change the game of your perspective of what hip hop is from his view. Ma, my second to last question to you is this. In researching you, you're big on family, and you have a family, you know? And usually when a man is out in the world and he doesn't have a family, he's a little wild and he has a very broad perspective. But when he has a family, he narrows his view and then becomes more focused. How has being a dad made you a better MC?
Man, it made me a better MC because I ain't just thinking for myself. I got to think for others now, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now I got a bigger responsibility than I ever had. So my dedication to reach my goals, I'm scratching my arm longer than I was before because I know my responsibility, you know what I'm saying? And I know my love for that responsibility. And I know I want to be that person to make sure that the future is a bright future, a very bright future. And I want to be able to control that. So my music, that's why I'm going so much harder at it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I respect that. Because that's the key to life. The key to life is having something of yours that you could pass on to the world. It's called a legacy. You know what I'm saying? And that leads us to the very last question of this interview. And before we close out, we thank you for this interview because on Heritage Hip Hop, we believe that if you don't have a story, you're really not going to connect with your audience. So the way we interview is we ask those questions. That's not about who has the nicest butt, who's twerking and things like that. We really want to know who you are because we believe if people get to know you, they will invest in you and make you more successful. So with that being said, we thank you for this interview, and I want to tell you, we are not a mainstream bougie type platform, which means you don't have to have an album out and be hot to come on Heritage Hip Hop. So you always have an open door. When your album comes out, come back. Let's talk about that in the process to make it, and let's support you the way we're supposed to support each other. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm most definitely going to be back, and I appreciate you and Heritage Hip Hop for having me, man. It's a blessing, and I most definitely thank y'all, and I appreciate it, man, for real.
All right. So let's go. Let's take this one home. We live in a time where coronavirus, we had George Floyd, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin. We had so many stories of our world just falling apart by the seams, And my question to you is this. When we look back at the world, we're going to remember the people that made a difference. And like you said, now that you have a legacy, you got somebody that you're representing as well, you want to make sure you have the best message possible. And even with the song The Rain, you're inspiring people. So my most important question to you, sir, is this. When we look back in the history of the earth, 500 years from now, When somebody from South Carolina picks up a Monsta Mo album because it's in the South Carolina Hall of Fame for great South Carolinians who changed the world, what is your legacy? And how did you change the world to make it better because you did music?
They gonna say, man, he changed. Not only that he changed the world with his legacy, but he changed the environment. He changed the environment. You know what I mean? Not only that he changed his environment, but in his environment, but the whole state. You know what I mean? And bettering others, and not only just bettering others, but just helping others to being able to lead. You know what I'm saying? Not only his music was a legacy, but they're going to be able to say he made others leaders. He made others have a legacy. That's what they're going to say.
So for everybody out there that's listening, make sure that you always do your best because your legacy is going to live on. And the Bible always said it's better to have a good name than a sweet smell, because the smell will always wear off, but the name can live on forever. And we want everybody in here to live forever and reach the highest goals of success, not only in our eyes, in God's eyes. So with that being said, this is Karel from Heritage Hip Hop with Monsta Mo. We say peace, and we out.
Peace.
The South has had something to say in hip hop since the 90s and even before that. And thanks to Outkast, thanks to Jermaine Dupri, and so many other great artists from the South, hip hop has grown, and we've heard more stories about overcoming the tragedy of life from a different perspective. And we thank Monsta Mo for sharing his story with us and giving us more insight into the life of a man that has a purpose or who wants to make a change in the community. Salute. This episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast is brought to you by heritagehiphop.com, where we bring your future favorite artists to you today with second to none interviews of mainstream independent artists and great new music. So please make sure you become a member of heritagehiphop.com and support us as we grow this movement. This episode is sponsored by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. Changing your financial future is a very big decision that can affect you by leaving a nest egg for your future. That means your children, that means your family, that means for your business, if you decide to open one. But you have to make a decision first to make it happen. To do such, go to heritagehiphop.com and click on the link for Transparent Credit Repair, fill out the application, and you get 20% off of all services given by Transparent Credit Repair. So please, decide to change your future by making a financial decision worth making and changing your life. We'd like to thank everybody for listening to this podcast episode. If you'd like to support Heritage Hip Hop, you can follow us not only on our website, but we're also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you're on YouTube, you can subscribe, like, comment, and share on the videos. We have freestyles. We have interviews in person with Hall of Fame MCs, not just independents, and we have so much more to offer. So please follow us on YouTube at Heritage Hip Hop. Our podcasts are becoming available on all streaming platforms. So if you have Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, Anchor.fm, please follow us there as well. We'd like to give a shout out to everybody that helps make this possible. Shout out to BQ of Fatty's Place. Salute to B. Shout out to Michael Bradley of Transparent Credit Repair, Lex Diamonds of Diamonds Entertainment LLC, the new sports podcast on Lex P on YouTube, Fire Jaws of Wildfire Marketing. You can follow him at FIREJAWS, resident MC, promotion marketer and placement specialist that we have on our team. Shout out to the Goodfellas, GOODFELLAZ TV, on our sister network, who also I'm a part of, and have a show called The Recap featuring the Goodfellas, which is available on Facebook, YouTube, and GoodfellasTV.com. Once again, GOODFELLAZTV.com. And I want to shout out to Goodfellas. Shout out to Tommy Guns. You can see the videos on Tommy Guns on YouTube right now. Shout out to Dab the photographer. Shout out to Shaw Montana. Shout out to DJ Big A. And this is Karev of Heritage Hip Hop and Goodfellas telling you thank you for supporting us and the team. The most important person to thank besides the Most High for making Heritage Hip Hop great is you, the supporters and people who listen. So if you would like to donate or give back to financially help Heritage Hip Hop, you could go to www.storefrontier.com/Heritage Hip Hop. We have shirts, we have hoodies, we have apparel on sale now that you could buy and show support. If you buy something, please take a picture of it and tag us in it on Instagram. More so, this is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop, thanking you for being a part of our team as we say peace and we out.